Let me tell you about the world today, as seen through the eyes of green ground. It's Wednesday the 16th of July, and the air is thick with news, some of it festive, some of it unexpected, and some carrying the quiet promise of change. It's the kind of day that reminds us how quickly the tapestry of global events can shift, and how every thread, no matter where it starts, pulls at something much bigger. So let's drift together through these stories, as if we're having coffee in a busy Parisian cafe, the scent of fresh croissants mingling with the hum of distant fireworks. Paris itself is still basking in the glow of Bastille Day, a celebration that, as always, sent ripples far beyond the Seine. Imagine, for a moment, the Champs-Élysées awash with the kind of pageantry that Paris reserves only for its very best moments. The military parade was an affair of precision and pride, jets carving the sky, and the city's very heart beating under the Eiffel Tower. But this year, there was a new kind of magic overhead. Drones, hundreds of them perhaps, dancing in orchestrated harmony with the fireworks, painting the night with lights that felt almost like a digital ballet. It was a celebration that looked as much to the future as it remembered the past, a reminder that France knows how to turn history into spectacle, and spectacle into unity. Meanwhile, across the world, diplomacy and trade were quietly reshaping relationships in ways that could have lasting consequences. China and Australia, despite the push and pull of global tensions, found a moment to sit down and talk seriously about trade. It's not an easy road, with old frictions still rumbling and new alliances forming elsewhere, but the willingness to reach across the Pacific and past lingering disagreements suggests a pragmatism that could, just maybe, lay the groundwork for something more stable between these two. After years of ups and downs, this is the kind of slow-building story that rarely makes instant headlines, but in the long run may matter far more. Not to be outdone, the United States and Indonesia have also put pen to paper on a trade deal. The details might sound a bit technical: tariffs reduced to 19%, new market access, a sense of partnership, but the implication is deeper. For years, we've watched a tug-of-war between protectionism and openness, and here, on the fringes of the global economy, two countries are quietly stitching together a new kind of relationship, one that might offer a little more certainty in uncertain times. But not all news is quite so steady. In the north of Japan, Typhoon Nari made landfall on Hokkaido, a rare visitor to an island more accustomed to snow than storm. The last time a storm like this struck was nearly a decade ago, and while the typhoon has already begun to fade, the question of what comes next is still hanging in the damp sea air. Local communities are no doubt taking stock, and for those who remember the warnings of a changing climate, this event feels like another chapter in a story still being written. Far away in the southern skies, a quieter and more somber headline. A Dutch medical flight crashed just after taking off from London's Southend airport, leading to a temporary closure